Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to cut right through all the hype around AI. Forget about sci-fi futures or super complex theories. We're going to get really practical and show you exactly how you can put AI to work in your actual everyday life. So, let's dive in.
Right, we hear it all the time. AI is changing everything. But let's be real, a lot of days the biggest challenge we face is just staring into the fridge trying to figure out what to cook. It's that exact gap between the huge promises of AI and our daily headaches that we are going to close today.
So here's the big mindset shift we need to make. Stop thinking of AI as this single, all-knowing super brain. Instead, I want you to think of it like you're hiring a personal team of experts. You've got a super smart generalist, a creative writer who's got a way with words, and a top-tier research analyst, all just waiting for you to give them an assignment.
And here's your starting lineup. First up, you've got ChatGPT, the capable all-rounder. It's fantastic for those quick, general, everyday tasks. Then there's Claude, who I like to call the thoughtful writing partner. It's amazing with long documents and even coding. And finally, we have Gemini, the powerhouse research analyst, which works seamlessly with the whole Google world. Each one has a very specific talent.
Now, just to give you a sense of the playing field. As of early 2026, ChatGPT is still the big dog, no question. But look at Gemini. It's surging, coming up fast. And what's really interesting is Claude. Even with a smaller slice of the pie, its users are the most engaged. So things are changing, and they're changing fast. Okay, so let's put this team idea into practice. We're going to start by solving a problem that every single one of us deals with, the daily grind of planning meals.
You know that feeling. It's 6 p.m., you're tired, and you're just staring into the refrigerator hoping for inspiration. It's stressful, it takes up so much mental energy, and it often leads to just ordering takeout and letting good food go to waste. But this is the perfect first job for your new AI assistant.
And look how easy it is to get started. This right here, this one single sentence, is a prompt you can give to an AI like ChatGPT. And just like that, the what's for dinner problem is solved. No more scrolling endlessly through recipe websites. You just ask.
So here's how you actually put it into action. This isn't some complicated theory. It's a simple process that takes like 10 minutes. You just tell the AI what you already have, who you're feeding, and what you need. It does all the hard work, creating the meal plan and even giving you a grocery list that's already organized by aisle. Seriously, this one little habit can save you so much time, money, and stress every single week. Okay, now the dinner's sorted, let's put our AI team to work on our professional lives. Because this is where choosing the right assistant for the job really starts to pay off. Let's imagine you need to write a blog post for work. You could hand that task to ChatGPT, and in seconds you'll get a solid, well-structured draft. It's fast, it's efficient, it gets the job done. But if you give that same task to Claude, the result just feels different. It's more natural, it flows better, and it has a personality that sounds much more human. And that's exactly why, for any kind of writing where quality, nuance, and that human touch really matter, well, the verdict is in. Claude is the specialist you want for the job. It's your thoughtful writing partner. Okay, but what if the task is different? Say you need to do a deep dive and research a complex topic. ChatGPT is great for giving you a quick summary of what's out there. But Gemini is the real powerhouse here. It is built for deep, comprehensive research. It can pull from tons of current sources and analyze massive documents with no problem. So for those really big research projects, or anytime you need the most up-to-date, in-depth information you can get, you call on Gemini. That's your dedicated research analyst. See how it works? It's all about picking the right tool for the job. All right, let's level up and tackle something even more complex: personal finance. This is one of those areas where a truly specialized AI assistant can be an absolute game changer. You know, the biggest problem with personal finance for most of us is just a lack of clarity. Those old-school spreadsheets or generic banking apps, they're just not that helpful. They can tell you what you spent, but they don't really explain why or what you should do about it. And this is where a specialized tool like Finbot comes in. It's not just a tracker, it's an AI assistant designed specifically for finance. It uses something called natural language processing, which is just a fancy way of saying it understands language like a human. It can actually tell the difference between buying groceries for the week and going out for a nice dinner with friends. Traditional tools just can't do that. And this isn't just some simple app. The system is actually built with 3 distinct layers. Think of it like a cake. The bottom layer holds all your secure financial data. The middle layer is where the AI does its magic. analyzing everything and cooking up personalized advice. And the top layer is the simple, user-friendly dashboard that you actually see and interact with.
So, what does all that fancy tech actually mean for you? Well, here's the bottom line. It's all about accuracy. Research shows that FinBot is 32% better at one of the most important parts of budgeting, correctly telling the difference between essential needs and discretionary wants. And getting that right is a huge deal. It gives you true clarity.
And here's the final result. You get a super clear, instant visual of where your money is actually going. It's not just a long list of transactions. It's a real insight that helps you see the big picture and make smarter financial decisions on the spot.
So we've seen our AI team tackle our meals, our work, and even our money. Now let's bring it all together and give you a simple guide for choosing the perfect assistant for any job.
Here it is. This is your cheat sheet. Use ChatGPT when you just need speed and general help. It's your go-to all-rounder. Call on Claude when the quality of the writing is what matters most, or when you're diving into long documents or complex code. And deploy Gemini for those heavy-duty research projects that demand the absolute latest information.
And that really brings us back to our core idea. The goal here was never to find the one best AI. The real secret, the real power move, is to build your own personal team of AI specialists and then become the smart manager who knows exactly which one to call on for any task.
So, your team is assembled. They're ready to go. You've got your generalist, your writer, and your researcher all waiting for instructions. The only question left is, what's the very first thing you're going to have them do?